Hello everyone, thank you for watching this video. Today, we have prepared the content with all our hearts to provide you with information and knowledge that will be useful in your daily life. Please enjoy until the end. Chapter 1: Natural disasters that frequently occur in Japan. In their characteristics, Japan is known as a country where natural disasters, such as earthquakes and typhoons, occur frequently. Therefore, preparing for these disasters is essential to living safely in Japan. It is also important to raise awareness in daily life. By understanding these disasters, earthquakes, Japan is a country with so many earthquakes that it is called an earthquake powerhouse. Because it is located on the boundary of plates, earthquakes of various scales occur, from small tremors to large earthquakes. In preparation for sudden tremors, it is necessary to secure furniture and check safe evacuation routes on a regular basis. In addition, when an earthquake occurs, it is important to take action to protect yourself until the shaking stops. When an earthquake occurs, the basic action is to first prioritize protecting yourself and then consider evacuating after the shaking stops. Typhoons. Typhoons mainly occur from summer to autumn and can cause floods and landslides due to strong winds and heavy rain. The Japan Meteorological Agency provides detailed forecasts of the path and strength of typhoons and provides a lot of information. When a typhoon is approaching, refrain from going outside. Close windows and doors tightly, and stay safe indoors. It is also important to check local evacuation shelters and evacuation routes in advance, in case evacuation is necessary. In addition, it is useful to get into the habit of checking the latest weather information while acting. Localized heavy rain. In recent years, damage caused by localized heavy rain has been increasing throughout Japan. This phenomenon causes river flooding and flooding in urban areas when a large amount of rain falls in a short period of time. In particular, in urban areas, drainage facilities cannot cope with the situation, and transportation, paralysis and flooding of houses have become serious problems. When localized heavy rain is expected, it is important to evacuate early and move to a safe place, avoiding low-lying areas and areas near rivers. In addition, if the rain is heavy, it is necessary to refrain from going outside and make appropriate decisions while checking the latest weather information. Chapter 2: Information Gathering Methods useful in times of disaster. When a disaster occurs, it is very important to obtain accurate and prompt information. Multilingual information sources are a great help, especially for foreigners who are not familiar with Japanese. Furthermore, checking reliable information sources on a daily basis is the key to taking smooth action in an emergency. Disaster prevention apps. The Safety Tips app provided by the Japan Tourism Agency provides emergency earthquake alerts, tsunami warnings, and evacuation information in multiple languages. For foreign tourists and residents, it supports 15 languages, and you can receive important information immediately by push notification. In addition, the NHK World Japan app allows you to check disaster information, such as earthquakes and typhoons in English, as well as watch 24-hour news broadcasts. These apps are convenient tools that allow you to get the information you need, no matter where you are in the event of a disaster. Another feature is that you can check the recovery status after a disaster. Local disaster prevention handbooks. Many local governments distribute multilingual disaster prevention handbooks. For example, the Tokyo Fire Department's Disaster Prevention Handbook for Foreigners provides detailed English explanations on how to respond to earthquakes and fires, how to use evacuation shelters, etc. These handbooks are available at local government offices and official websites. In addition, they may be available at local community centers and libraries, and can be used as a way to obtain additional information about disasters. Chapter 3: Actions to take in a disaster and use of evacuation shelters. When a disaster occurs, it is necessary to act quickly and calmly. In particular, in the case of earthquakes and typhoons, appropriate judgment, according to the situation, will lead to safety. It is important to conduct simulations in advance and prepare, so that you can act calmly in the event of a real disaster. When an earthquake occurs, first, check your surroundings and take action to protect yourself. If you are indoors, hide under a table or move away from furniture that is likely to fall over. After the shaking stops, open doors and windows to secure an evacuation route. And when going outside, be careful of aftershocks and falling objects. It is also important to turn off the main valves of gas and electricity to prevent fires. In addition, it is beneficial to cooperate with neighbors and share information. When a typhoon approaches, advanced preparation is very important. Check the weather information frequently and prepare food, drinking water, flashlights, etc. as necessary. In case evacuation is necessary, it is a good idea to check the location of the nearest evacuation shelter and secure transportation. In addition, avoid going out in strong winds or heavy rain as much as possible, and ensure safety at home or a designated evacuation shelter. In particular, if you have pets, be sure to prepare for them. How to use evacuation shelters. Anyone can use evacuation shelters in Japan, whether they are local residents or foreigners. Water, food, blankets, etc. are provided at evacuation shelters, but there are cases where sufficient amounts cannot be secured, so it is recommended that you bring the minimum amount of supplies yourself. In addition, to reduce stress during a disaster, it is a good idea to use a translation app or a point and answer conversation book to communicate with people around you. In addition, it is important to follow the rules and manners at evacuation shelters. Chapter 4: Disaster Preparedness and Everyday Awareness. Preparing for disasters on a daily basis makes a big difference in the event of a disaster. To live safely in Japan, be sure to make the following preparations. In addition, it is also beneficial to discuss disaster prevention within your home. Preparing for emergency supplies. It is important to have an emergency bag ready in case you need to evacuate immediately after a disaster occurs. This should contain the bare minimum necessities, such as drinking water, emergency food, cell phone chargers, medicines, and copies of identification. It is also important to prepare supplies for all family members and determine each person's role. Securing furniture and ensuring safety in the home. If furniture falls during an earthquake, it can lead to a serious accident. For this reason, it is recommended to install anti-tipping devices for furniture and apply shatterproof film to glass windows. It is also important to check evacuation routes on a daily basis and prepare to act quickly in the event of a disaster. In addition, make it a habit to regularly check and update your disaster prevention goods. Participating in local disaster prevention drills. In Japan, disaster prevention drills are held regularly in many areas. By participating in these drills, you can experience in advance how to act in the event of a real disaster. You can also build relationships with local residents that will enable you to help each other in the event of a disaster. In addition, you can learn the latest disaster prevention information and techniques during the drills, which will be useful in your daily life. Summary: disaster preparedness and correct knowledge are essential to making life in Japan safe and secure. Raise your disaster prevention awareness on a daily basis, and try to act quickly and appropriately in an emergency. Please use this video as a reference to prepare to protect yourself. It is also important to share this information and cooperate with those around you to ensure your safety. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to our channel and give it a thumbs up. We look forward to your comments. Thank you for watching.